A Barbados trade union slams government's planned layoffs as an attack on women. And in sport, West Indies slip in the ICC Test rankings. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, October 16. I'll be back with the details after the break. The largest public sector trade union in Barbados has described the government's decision to send home clerks, typists and stenographers among 1,500 workers to be dismissed over the next few weeks as an attack on women. Rosalind Smith, General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, the NUPW, told reporters yesterday after meeting with the membership that all the people employed in those posts which are being abolished are women, mainly, many of them single parents and breadwinners for their families. She said, quote, "This is an attack on women in the workforce. This is a gender issue," end quote. And Smith called on Prime Minister Mia Mottley to give more details regarding the planned layoffs. She urged the Mottley administration to weigh the pros and cons and do not rush to any decisions. A day after Mottley's Sunday evening announcement that no more than 1,500 government jobs would be cut as part of the plan for a leaner public service, the NUPW reported to its membership that 955 central government workers, most of them female, would be laid off. It said the Ministry of Transport, Works and Maintenance, Barbados Postal Service, School Meals Department, security guards, stenotypists and clerk typists are being targeted for the cuts. The remaining layoffs will be at statutory corporations. In Guyana now, just hours after 3 prisoners escaped from the Lusignan prison yesterday morning, unrest erupted at the same penal facility. Now, authorities were forced to deploy additional police and prison guards to quell the disturbance. Local reports say 6 inmates were injured with pellets and were taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital for treatment. Sources say security personnel opened fire on a number of the inmates after they tied their faces with clothing to conceal their identities and attacked prison guards. It was not immediately clear what sparked the unrest, but it has since been brought under control. Meanwhile, a joint services operation is continuing to apprehend the prisoners who scaled the prison wall early yesterday morning.
That, especially taking into consideration the close proximity of the 2 towers and the number of ranks deployed in those 2 towers, that those ranks were not alert, and I'm forced to conclude that it is very likely that they were sleeping, thus resulting to them not observing the prisoners first in the attempt to get the razor wire separated in order to pass, and then during the process of them escaping by scaling the fence. As a result of that, again in keeping with the standard operational procedure, together with the police, we would have deployed several search parties in various parts of the Region 4 and Region 3 areas in keeping with known areas that these persons are likely to be. Those searches have so far came up empty-handed. However, there are several members of the public who have been given information as it relates to sighting of strange people, and in keeping with the resources we have available, all efforts are being made to check all of those areas almost immediately upon receipt of those information.
The St. Kitts and Nevis government has called in the Regional Security Services, the RSS, in a bid to enhance safety and security on the Twin Island Federation. But the decision is not sitting well with the opposition St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party. Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris announced in an address to the nation that after consultation with the High Command of the Police Force and other technocrats in the Ministry of National Security, the Cabinet approved the recommendation to invite the Barbados-based RSS to deploy forces to St. Kitts and Nevis. He disclosed that the RSS forces began arriving last Wednesday.
RSS members are already deployed throughout the communities with local national security personnel, and their presence will help local law enforcement to expand the extent of their coverage of the country. The RSS will remain in St. Kitts and Nevis for as long as necessary until the security forces advise that their presence is no longer required.
But opposition leader Dr. Denzil Douglas says his party is not in agreement with the move and has written to chairman of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, expressing its position. Douglas accused Dr. Harris of trying to run a dictatorship and alleged that there are plans to imprison key opposition supporters in the coming weeks. Stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
Your luggage is overweight. Your luggage is overweight. How much I must pay?
No, you can't do it like that. You'll have to take some of the things out of the suitcases and put in a box or something.
You know, you're a wicked woman. A wicked fat woman.
Do you want a boxer?
Box me now? You think so you're helping me sprite me? Try a box.
Barbados, it's time to laugh again. Get yourselves ready for the Caribbean's funniest men and women. Fast Promotions annual Caribbean Comedy Explosion. Saturday, October 27th, Sir Garfield Sobers Gymnasium, 8 p.m. Get your early bird tickets now and pay $60 before all are sold out at ticketlinks.com. All Ticket Links outlets nationwide. Jeans Inc. Sheraton, CS Pharmacy, Rubis Wildy, and Eddie Supermarket, Spicetown.
I come in here as a loner. I know you spot me from far.
West Indies have lost 1 ratings points following their series defeat to India on Sunday, leaving them languishing in the 9th spot in the ICC Test team rankings and even closer now to minnows Bangladesh below them. The Caribbean side suffered a 10-wicket thrashing in the second test in Hyderabad to follow up their heavy innings and 272-run defeat in the Rajkot opener. Both matches finished inside 3 days. West Indies have 76 points, 9 points ahead of 10th place Bangladesh, who they tour next month for a crucial 2-test series. More significantly, the Wendies are now 12 points adrift of 8th place Pakistan and drifting further away from the top half of the rankings. India, meanwhile, has gained 1 ratings points from the series win and remain number 1 on 116 points. They are 10 clear of second-placed South Africa, with Australia a fraction behind in third, also on 106. England is 4th on 105, New Zealand 5th on 102, while Sri Lanka, who drew 1-1 in the Caribbean earlier this year, lie 6th on 97 points. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.